Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. Oh my goodness, it's Ready, Set, Kelly. Yep.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Raise your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care.
Yeah, I do care.
That's right.
I care a lot.
Yes, we do care indeed. Man, somebody said in the chat during the lead up, no audio. And I was like, what? Call Greg, what do we do? It's a 3-alarmer.
Yeah, guys, if you really want to mess with Ken before the show, tell him something's wrong because he starts freaking out, and then Jeff and I have to jump on and see if everything's okay.
Yeah. Don't. If you want these shows to continue, please don't do that.
Ken was platinum blonde when he started this show.
Okay, I need this.
This is a result of what, 2 years of work, the gray hair.
You know what? Just about even. About 8 years ago, I had like half and half. Now, I'm Steve Martin over here.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
But you look good. Hair is fabulous.
Hold on, that was a reference only us old people would know. Who knows Steve Martin? Nobody. We have millennials Googling Steve Martin.
He's a banjo player.
Yeah, he's a banjo player. Anyway, on the show today, so much stuff. I've got some fantastic video. The viewer video of the week was a tie. We're gonna need you people to do a tiebreaker to decide who gets the Freewell filters. $140 value to the viewer video of the week, and some just incredible video. If you want to send me some video, you can do it. Send it to kenheronupload@gmail.com. And of course,
Nurk dissing on my hair, by the way. Ken.
Who?
Nurk says Ken Heron is doing better than Ready Set Drone in the hair department.
Well, I mean, I would gladly have all of my white hair than none of your brown hair. And you're right.
You know,
tonight,
it's all right here in the guns.
There you go, the guns. Tonight on the show, we do have the 2018 Drone Racing League champion, Paul Nurkala. The
As soon as
Nurk.
the goggles come down, Nurk comes out. It's time to win.
NURK takes heat number 1.
Congratulations to the level 1 winner, NURK!
NURK wins heat number 1.
You're fast.
NURK takes it. NURK makes it a perfect 4 wins in 4 heats. NURK hit the camera.
That's it, Greg. Nurk's out.
NURK Dino crash. NURK crash.
NURK hit the bridge, he's out!
Every single one of those people is standing in the way of me becoming the world champion.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah, Nurk.
Wow.
Oh, that's a great promo. I put that together myself.
And DRL does such an awesome job with their video production, with their entire experience of watching. You know, those drones have over 1,000 LEDs on them, I believe. Each single one has 1,000 LEDs. So they're so easy to see. You know, when you're flying a DJI drone, you got 6 maybe, 8. But 1,000 LEDs, it's just an experience to watch that thing go by.
Well, wow. I wanna talk to the Nurk. We're gonna talk to him right after the news. If you're here because your pal Nurk said he was going to be on the show, and you're wondering what's he doing on the photography drone channel, that dude's got gray hair. I'm young. I fly fast. What are we? These photography drone guys. Well, hopefully you'll like the show. Hopefully you like it so far, and hopefully, if you're new to the channel, you'll enjoy our favorite sponsor. It's the Cadillac of processed meat. It's Pigeon Jerky, everybody.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky.
Yeah.
Pigeon jerky. What? The Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky. And you'll give your family a treat.
All right.
What is it?
Balanced nutrition to help them grow.
Yeah.
And it's full of fiber to make them go.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky.
Pigeon Jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. Yeah. We thank Pigeon Jerky.
Fiber is really important when you get to our age.
Oh yes, yeah, it's very important. And
those stabilized camera drones.
and that's right. Hey, can you turn your microphone up a little bit or get closer to it or something?
I
Or
can do both those things.
both? Okay. Testing 1, 2.
There we go. Gain.
Oh, that's good.
Gain. How is that?
That's fantastic. Now you just have to talk like a radio guy. And
now
now,
talk like this.
Let's go over to the drone newsroom.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
All of the drone news you'd ever want to know about. Let's head over and talk to drone news guy Jeff Sales. What's happening, buddy?
Not too bad. Once again, tonight's drone news is brought to you by GPC Custom Drone Cases, providing you with the highest quality professional cases so your investment is always protected when not in the air. Custom cases are also available by request. GPC, designed for life. Be original, be blue. Online at goprofessionalcases.com.
We love Go Professional Cases. Thank you, guys.
Thumbs up.
Okay, so if you have been, I guess, under a rock, DJI has introduced something new.
Ladies and gentlemen, DJI has put out a new Phantom. If you haven't heard about it, here it is. Check it out, everybody. Woo! New Phantom, finally.
For agriculture.
Looks like a truck.
Oh, where's the? Oh, it's in there. Okay, cool. New Phantom. P5. Here we go. It kind of looks like a Phantom 4.
As the world population continues to grow,
hold on a second.
We need innovative ways to feed more people sustainably.
No.
Wait a minute. That's a Phantom 2 with a gimbal.
In the agriculture industry.
Oh, no.
To make operations smarter.
It's just a Phantom 4 with a goiter.
A new tool that makes your workflow intelligent.
Look at that camera.
Are you speaking Yiddish?
Look at that. It's 6D. Now in 6D. I guess that's pretty cool if you're a farmer, but I kind of wanted my Phantom 5. Okay, well, yay.
I don't think it's happening.
Yay, farmers.
It's called the Phantom 4 Multispectral, and it's their new drone for agricultural business.
Yeah, look at that. All those lenses. If you really want to take a picture of your weeds, have at it.
You know, in Colorado, that's legal, so it's all good.
Yeah. Well, there's a good side to this, though, because the drone is using the Phantom 4 body, the Phantom 4 frame, the Phantom 4 components, which means that parts for the Phantom 4s will be still out there in the market for us to be able to use to keep the existing Phantom 4s that we fly operational.
And if you want to glue a Dixie cup on top of your existing Phantom 4 and let people think you spent $12,000 on it, you go right ahead. I think I'll do that.
You know, it's a new partnership between DJI and Dixie. You know, they're really doing these cool things with cups because they want to deliver drinks to people, right? They want to be able to fly it in and land it.
I just thought of my next video. I'm gonna do that. The DJI coffee dispenser. You pop it off and. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to glue a Dixie cup on top and make people think I'm a farmer.
If you're drinking coffee from a Dixie cup, that's a problem to begin with right there, Ken.
You're right.
Okay, so next we have yet another new drone also. This one is, I guess, it got a little bit of the Disney flavor to it because a Kickstarter has come up with Chasing Dory, which is a new underwater drone.
Introducing Dory, the smallest, most portable and affordable underwater drone ever. We're bringing the underwater world to the surface for everyone. We are chasing that mystery, chasing adventure, chasing new discoveries.
Man, it's all about adventure, isn't it?
2 years ago, we took you exploring.
So how do you feel about these underwater things? I think they're pretty cool.
So have you flown one or driven one? Either of you guys?
I haven't. But
I haven't. Yeah.
Our buddy Ed Ricker did.
Yes.
The company sent him one of these. In fact, I think it was, and he thought it was pretty cool. Now, of course, you have to remember that it's not wireless. It's tethered, of course, because RF won't go through water.
I saw that video, and I have had probably 10 different underwater drone companies offer me a drone, an underwater drone, and there's been some problem with me getting it. It's always there's just always something come up. I finally got one that's actually supposed to come in the next couple of weeks. I hope it comes in before it gets cold so I can go out to the lake and try it out. But I'm excited to try it out. And the videos I've seen of them, I mean, if you're into like exploring and looking for stuff, I think there's so much cool stuff that you can find in the bottom of lakes and oceans and stuff like that. So
yeah, I agree. I I was called by 2 separate companies too, and they said they're going to send me one, and then there was a problem, just like you said. So they they must be in short supply, I guess.
Well, they're like $1,500. You know, I mean, they're not cheap.
Or they don't give them to channels that don't have 100,000 subscribers just yet.
They haven't given one to me yet.
I'll be over here.
When I get it, you'll be the first one to know.
I'll be over here sulking.
Ken, what are you at, like 92, 95? You're getting darn close.
Yeah, I have nothing to complain about.
All right. Sorry, Jeff.
No problem. So, I mean, going along the lines of it being a cute yellow drone, Boston Dynamics has upped the game pretty much on the whole industry when it comes to robotics. They are introducing for sale to businesses, and I would assume the general public, Spot.
A dog robot. That's awesome.
What?
Yeah. Look at this. This is a really great advertisement, too. This is very well done. Now, that's cool, and you can impress your friends, but really, what's the practical uses for this?
Well, you tie a tether to it, and you go searching the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a rich dude, and you have one of these in your mansion, let's say you're having a party, and you put like a party tray, a snack tray on it, and then it walks into the room,
pretty cool.
Then that would be worth the 30 grand or whatever they're going to be. But
well, also you could go have it pee on your neighbor's lawn if you really don't like your neighbor.
Right. Now that would be a fun thing to do. Program it to lift one leg on your guests.
That's awesome.
You know, if I was a rich dude and I could afford 2, I would have them do like a little humping action, little style of the doggy. Of course you're going to do that. Of course. When I was a kid, my sister would very often find her Barbies in wrong positions. I would get yelled at. That's just what you do.
I have to tell you a story about that. So we used to have a big debate, a friend of mine and I, about Kirk or Picard, right? Kirk versus Picard.
Right.
And I would invariably find, I have to say, I had action figures of Kirk and Picard. I would find Picard bent over with Kirk behind him sometimes.
Well, sometimes Kirk will drop something and Picard has to help him pick it up.
They're good friends.
Yeah, they're very good friends. So this thing is pretty cool. Jeff, how much is that thing going to be?
They don't have a price listed for it yet, but I'm expecting it to be very, very expensive.
Well, if I get more super chats like I just did, well, by golly, $20 into the Mechanical Yellow Dog Fund from Mark H. Thank you so much. $20 super chat. Thanks, Ken, for the Chicago skyline footage earlier this week. Did Kelly, did you see the Chicago video I did?
I did. It was awesome.
The trip up was mainly to go take my car to a rotary specialist. It's an RX-8.
Right, because you took the governor off it, right?
No, I took the catalytic converter out because in Tennessee, there are no vehicle inspections. You can drive whatever the hell you want. And so
you need a big old truck. I mean, not many people take advantage of that by driving a sports car.
Well, the catalytic converter was just one of the things that, not to get into a whole Mazda rotary thing. If you're a rotary head, then you understand.
Wankel.
It's Wankel, Mr. Wankel. It's just a funny name. Anyway, I drove 7 hours to do that, and while I was up there, it happened to be a perfect day for filming with the drone. I mean, blue skies, perfect weather. It was the first day of fall, so it was cool in the air. It was great. And
unlike
Don,
Texas, right, Jeff?
My buddy Don was up there trying to.
Unlike Texas, cool.
Yeah. Well, you guys make Texas cool just by being there.
So how does your car perform without the catalytic converter?
It's pretty. It's just amazing, and I want to let all the policemen know that I will be going the speed limit when you're in view.
Right. And if they pull you over, they'll probably know you.
Right.
Like some of the cops that have stopped you before.
Yeah. But I'm going back to Chicago October 4th and 5th. Actually, back to Elite Rotary Shop is having a tuning event. I'm going to put my car up on the dyno and get all the tuning done and all this. So I'm going up there the 4th and 5th. If you happen to be in Chicago and want to hang out, I got a few emails from people saying that it would be great to let me know when you're coming back. So Jeff is getting bored.
Yeah, Jeff. Sorry.
It's the news. Come on, Pavel.
It's news,
this is like the 24-hour news cycle, right? We're the pundits.
Right.
You're the news, and we're the pundits.
That's right. It's news and commentary. I'm surprised Jeff doesn't do this thing. All right. Oh, wait. All right. Oh. Andy Harlan, thank you. Just because I'm late. Yes, if you're late or if you were early, there is a $5 super chat fee.
Or if you swear.
Not really.
If you swear, it's like the swear jar.
Yeah. Will it let you swear? Oh, please don't test it. Because I thank my moderators for moderating. All right, Jeff, back to the news.
All right, so next in the news, the Marine Corps is considering using a massive new drone, very similar to the Osprey, to protect its ships. What's interesting, though, is that Bell Helicopter made this thing, and it's a drone.
Oh, yeah.
Legitimately the size of the aircraft, or potentially the size of the aircraft that Bell would be offering for the MUX competition, for the requirements as we know them, or for the capability needs as we know them today. But why this is so exciting is because it is a full-scale mock-up. We're showing it here in a very sleek, clean ISR configuration, but we have an 8th scale model of the same aircraft with a heavy ordnance loadout. So there's the versatility of the aircraft, its ability to accommodate various missions. It's available loadout for both munitions, but also for multi-mission and sensor packages. It just really brings a lot to the imagination of what the Marines in the future will be able to do with this capability.
Man, I gotta get that heavy ordnance loadout thing. Where's my here we go. You know what it is? That's a force multiplier. You gotta get yourself a force multiplier. You know, those military.
End of game, dude. End of story.
Those military shows are filled with dudes. They're like, everything at the military expo is always a force multiplier.
I don't see too many of the military drones that actually hover, so it was nice to see them take the Osprey technology that's been proven and apply it to a drone. So
very true. By the way, a stapler is a force multiplier. You know? Anyway.
Technically. So next in the news, a bipartisan group of lawmakers introduced legislation on Wednesday that would bar federal agencies from purchasing drones from countries deemed a national security risk. China. For instance, the bill is up for review and would ban federal departments and agencies from purchasing any commercial off-the-shelf drone or small unmanned aircraft manufactured or assembled in one of these countries. China. They have 180 days to stop using them if the ban goes into effect.
Sorry to interrupt the news again, but somebody just informed me that I missed a super chat from Joe Bacano. Thank you, Joe, for the $20 super chat. Thank you. I didn't mean to ignore you. He says, Ken, thanks for inspiring my hobby/business interest. You are great. Dinner on me if you make it up to Michigan. Heck yeah, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
So does that mean, Jeff, that if this passes, and agencies have to get rid of their drones, there's going to be like a fire sale, like a government fire sale of DJI drones?
I would imagine that there probably would be, which for those of us in the hobbyist community, the Matrice drones would be considerably fun to get a hold of.
Well, there's a whole place near the airport in Austin where you can buy state stuff that has been confiscated or is no longer used. Like you can buy old police cruisers, you can buy just all kinds of stuff. So I imagine that in the drone store they'll have these drones just sitting there. You know, sorry, we can't use them anymore. $50.
And we accidentally left a Hellfire missile on it.
Right.
Good times.
All right. So next in the news, the Navy, not wanting to be outdone by the Marines, etc., have come up with their autonomous drone, and that made its first historic flight recently. This is a refueling drone. So this drone will actually take off and be used to refuel aircraft in flight.
That is cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So don't have any video of it yet, but the still picture gives you an idea of what the MQ-25 looks like.
It looks like it has a really long wingspan. Have you guys ever been in a sailplane or a glider? the wingspan on those things is just amazing. How they're real thin wings, but they go way out, so you get tons of lift off of it.
Yeah,
they did look pretty long. Oh, hey, hold on. Armandox with a 5 pounds. Armandox, hey, 5 pound super chat says, can you ask GearBest, please, why they still haven't sent me my Fimi X8, even though I paid for it over a month ago? Yeah, I don't know what your experience is, Kelly, but GearBest sometimes is a little bit too big.
I've actually stopped working with GearBest. They were a great sponsor for me for a long time, but I had so many problems, and they were always wanting me to promote things like e-cigarettes and lighters and just all this crazy stuff that didn't have anything to do with my channel. And I was like, dude, I can't do it anymore. You must promote this. No, I can't.
How many companies want you to promote phone cases? I must get 10 a month.
I mean, I just got one for a wireless charging phone case, which is kind of cool, but it's not, it has nothing to do with drones, people. So
I'll be honest. I'll be honest.
Those don't get a lot of views.
Once you get a certain number of subscribers, it is cool how companies will approach you. And last year, a company approached me about wanting me to push their robotic vacuum. The little. So
dude, that sucks.
I said, yeah, sure. So I launched and landed a drone on it. I had me and Dana did a video where I landed on the moving thing, and then I gave it to my mom for Christmas. So
is it like a Roomba kind of thing?
Yeah.
And did it work pretty well?
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah.
Little Henry hairs in it.
Pretty good. Yeah. Uh-oh, Jeff's losing interest again.
Oh,
sorry about that, buddy.
Bring it back.
You guys know that y'all can talk about this after the news, right? I mean, people will sit and listen.
Jeff, you're getting more screen time, though. The more we talk, the longer screen time you get.
Well, you have to understand something about.
I'm on the clock here.
You have to understand something about Jeff. This is something that you must understand. Jeff's house is usually very noisy, and he gets these tiny windows where all of his kids are on NyQuil, and he smothered his parakeet, and his chickens are buried somewhere, and so
the medication is be wearing off soon.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Jeff.
All right. So as you guys are aware, Houston took its fair brunt of weather over the past weeks, and so we're starting to get the videos coming out of all of the, I guess, exciting things that happened during these floods. One of which was these barges that got lodged beneath the I-10 bridge. A gentleman took some very risky photographs and video footage of these barges that had gotten jammed up underneath the bridge.
Yeah, but you didn't need a drone for that. You just need a camera on a stick. You know what I mean? He didn't have to fly his drone under. Just lean over with a camera with the stick on it. Camera on a stick, man. Come on.
Well, is that like a carnival thing?
Yeah. Guess what? Awesome. Anubis Arts, Anubis Arts, TJ Grady, $5 super chat. Jeff should use his Cartman figure to do a news story.
No. I actually got that from Ken, and that's not politically correct at all.
Yeah, it says
Jeff,
things.
Where on I-10 is that for people in Houston? Do you know? You don't know?
Not particularly. No, I don't think it tells me the specific mile markers or anything.
Because there's those whole parts of I don't know if it's I-10 or 59 where it goes way down, and then there is bridges that go over the top of it. You know what I'm talking about as you go in towards downtown. And I've always been. I mean, I know those do flood, but did those flood this time?
Yeah. Well, they had some flooding in those areas too. Most of the flooding was on the east side of Houston, though. Speaking of which, Orange County was one of the areas that was hit, and they had a fairly unique problem with their flooding.
Oh, yes.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office responded to this cemetery out here after someone reported a floating casket. They got here in time to save it, but tonight they say that drone video was deceiving. This is the video that shows what looks to be several floating coffins in Orange County.
In this situation, it was surface level vaults, which is why it appeared that they were caskets. It wasn't the caskets that you were seeing, it was only the one casket, but several vaults.
The sheriff's office saved the casket, which was buried 18 years earlier, and returned it to the funeral home. They also notified the family.
This is a situation that is not new to us.
Reporting in Orange County, Bryce Newberry, KVUE News.
Jeff, you okay? I heard you during that story. You were coughing.
Oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
that's why you subscribe.
Who was scared when they saw Poltergeist? I mean, I remember seeing that movie as a child, and then, you know, the whole community was built on a friggin' graveyard.
What a great movie.
Ugh.
Does it hold up, though, effects-wise? Because you know, that was back in the 80s, and so all of the effects were like, you know, skeleton Muppets.
Nah, that still holds up.
Okay.
So we're going to skip forward a little bit and cover a drone that comes with a nail gun.
What?
Okay. Oh, cool. So who is doing this, Jeff?
This is University of Michigan. They decided that they were going to make a roofing drone that uses a tool autonomously to nail shingles into place. Now, obviously, my concerns about this is that we just had the FAA telling us that we're not supposed to weaponize drones, yet here's one that shoots nails. So,
well, I know with a nail gun, you actually have to have a plunger, you know, kind of pushed in. So it would only work if it was against something. So it would have to actually land on your head in order to penetrate your head with the nail.
And you'd think if you had this big, loud drone coming towards your head that you might
run,
dodge it or something. Yeah.
Or call your zombie.
Yeah.
3x1 zombie.
Wow. So it places the shingle and it nails it in there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Interesting new way of being able to use drones, and I thought that was pretty fantastic.
Hold on. I'm just getting some additional information about that story. According to my sources, the drone shown in the video was not married. It was, in fact, shingle.
Hey, and I also want to add to that I think tonight Jeff really nailed the news.
Hey! Yeah!
Moving on.
That's a good one.
All right, so Drone Delivery Canada has stepped up their action and given us I guess a first glimpse of one of their successful tests that they did. And this is pretty impressive because of the complexity. This thing actually is going to be leaving from airports.
Operators, the airspace policies, and the procedures. DDC's proprietary DroneSpot technology provides a secure and controlled takeoff and landing area for the users to interact with our drones. Through numerous sensors located within the DroneSpot, DDC's mission control operators and flight systems are provided with real-time data in an instant. Real-time data that is provided by our DroneSpot includes localized weather, aircraft visibility, weight and balance monitoring, and more. The purpose.
I really like how people are innovating with drones. It just seems like everybody's doing all this stuff like all at once now.
And I really like the idea of getting poutine hot right from the fryer. If you guys know what poutine is.
What is poutine?
You don't know what poutine is? It's Canadian food.
No. Are you telling me are you telling me the truth, or are you poutine me on? Oh, it just doesn't end. No. Wait, where are you going? Don't leave. Don't leave. Come back. Go back. Go back.
Is that your cleaning staff? Poutine is it's French fries and cheese curds and gravy. It's amazing. It's Canadian.
Oh, okay.
It's a real thing.
This particular test that they actually did, the drone flew from Canada to the United States and landed at one of our airports. So it was pretty impressive for the technology and all of the avoidance that they tested.
Heck yeah, man. That's the future. They're going to be flying around all over.
All right, so last story for us this evening is going to be a drone-ready robotic gripper that is being introduced. This is, I guess, some pretty impressive stuff from the University of Auckland.
Okay. Don't the propellers have to move, though?
This is a drone puppet show.
Yeah. All right. So it picks stuff up?
Yeah. It's basically a robotic hand that you can put on a drone.
Okay.
Reach down and grab stuff.
Hold on. Now you know that every time we make some kind of technological advancement, somebody goes and has sex with it, right?
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Can we go back to the nailed joke?
That could. I mean, is that a banana? I don't know.
PG,
you know.
PG.
Look. It's going over the kids' heads. I'm just saying. You thought it. I thought it. Everybody thought it.
Wait. Is the music from the original video? Or is this your music?
No, I put that in there. That's me. That's me.
Whoa.
Yeah. So now it's all you can think about, and you have to have one.
That mustard can is actually ribbed so that it's easier to grab.
All right. Leave it to Kelly to take it one step too far.
You started it.
Yeah, I started it. Yeah, you're right. So Jeff,
of course,
you all right?
It's a drone. Of course, it's over their heads. Yeah.
You all right, buddy? Hey! Oh, man, this is like the best news ever.
All right, so the news, of course, was brought to you by Go Professional Cases, GPC, designed for life. Be original. Be blue.
Sorry.
Online at goprofessionalcases.com.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? Because we really have to get that in there.
Oh yeah, TNL News been sponsored by Go Professional Cases, GPC, designed for life. Be original, be blue. Online at goprofessionalcases.com.
Yes, they're a new sponsor. They are sponsoring the news, and if you're not familiar with GPC cases, they are awesome. I'll have one.
They really are, because I've actually got one, and if you pay $400 for a Pelican case, you'll pay about $150 for a GPC case that is the same quality.
Right, and they will custom make one for you if you have
I did not know that.
Yeah, certain size, something or other, they will custom cut one for you, and they're just really cool.
Pelican was first to market, and they did a great thing. You know, they kind of came up with a lot of the technology, but they really overcharge for what they provide. You know, it's basically plastic and some foam, and so now these other companies like GPC are coming along and making them just as good and a lot lower price. So I would check it out.
Yes, and go to goprofessionalcases.com. GPC, love you, mean it. All right. Jeff, is there anything else you'd like to say before you head out?
Well, for all the news that doesn't make the cut, obviously go out to dronebook.com and check out the news that keeps flooding in there. The stuff that we don't use here automatically streams in to that wonderful tool.
Very good, Jeff.
And can I say one other thing to Jeff? If you want to meet Jeff in person, where could they meet you, Jeff, besides your house?
Yeah, well, don't show up at my house, but Spin Up is coming up soon, and I'm going to be at Spin Up.
He is right here, October 19th. Jeff will be there. Ken will be there. It's going to be fantastic. And so I've never met Jeff in person, even though we both live in Texas. I've met Ken a few times, but yeah, it's going to be awesome. So Jeff will be there. So if you want to go there and give him a hard time about us giving him a hard time, you can do it at Spin Up.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about Spin Up later. And Kevin Fortner, thank you for the $10 super sticker.
Yes,
super sticker. And if you want to send a super sticker, we're all about that.
Stickers, I like stickers. Yes, I do.
Yes, indeed, stickers.
Where did you get that? I mean, I don't even know where you find these little music beds, because that's pretty awesome.
Thanks. I flew in some singers from Portugal, and they learned English just for that jingle.
Right. They don't even know what that means. They think they're singing some sort of gospel song.
Yeah. Jeff, thank you so much for the news.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
I gotta love that Jeff Sills. He's so patient.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to talk to Mr. Paul Nurkala here in just a minute. But there's a couple things that I have to take care of first, not the least of which is murdering a dog.
Oh, goodness.
What's the name of your
Jenga.
dog, man?
You met Jenga. Hold on, let's see if we can get her on camera here. Come here. Oh, there she is.
Oh, what a cute little doggy.
Oh, she's so nice. Yes, she's a licker.
Aw.
And she'll be at Spin Up. She'll be discussing chasing down drones and shaking them until they break.
Now, is she licking your face because she loves you or because you're sweaty and it's salty?
And there's a little of both. A little of both.
So, we're a little bit late with the news. I know NURK is hanging around, but I wanted to just share something with Kelly before we get to that.
Oh, I thought NURK was the news. I didn't realize there's more to it than that.
Well, there's something I wanted to tell you, and I remember telling you before we started the stream that I had something amazing to tell you.
You used an echo effect, actually, so yes.
It's amazing! Well, I'd say about 10, 11 months ago, I started a project called the Spark Around the World.
What?
Project.
Is it back?
Hold on. Don't get ahead of me. I want to catch people up who may not have known the drama behind the scenes. The plan was to send this drone to various people and countries and have them film their part, send it on to the next person, and so on, and then have it be back and have the video edited in time to show at Spin Up, and then auction off the drone that flew around the world.
And that was supposed to happen at Spin Up 2018, last December.
Yes, yes. So its last journey to Argentina ended in disaster because it went there and then it just flew off into the ether. We heard nothing about it. The last person to send from was Ash in the UK. So I get a call yesterday from Ash, and he says, "Sparky is back, man!" And so Argentina held on to this Spark drone for about 4 months because the person who was supposed to, and I'm not going to mention his name, the person who was supposed to be the last leg on this journey that was going to help Make-A-Wish International never picked it up. Never picked it up. Just, I guess, lost interest, forgot. I don't know, but
then they sent it back?
And then they sent it back to the UK, and Ash is sending it to me. Here's what it looks like. Everybody's signing it in whatever country. It's been to Germany, Australia, and one of my favorite places that it was to Young 360 in Hong Kong, and I'm going to share a little bit of that video right now. This is Young using the Spark.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is such a cool shot, too.
It's a great shot, and this is really the only way that you can fly a drone in a large city. Find a place where you're not going to fly over people, and then just go straight up and straight down. But so this will be in the final video.
The dog's excited.
I can tell.
Dang. Whoa. So Ken, do you think we'll have it in time for Spin Up 2019?
Yes. Ash has sent it, and so we'll be able to give that away or auction it off actually. And I'll have the video ready and everything like we were going to do last year.
That is so awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think you and I split the cost of that, right? That was.
Yeah, we did.
That was money down the drain for both of us.
Yeah, I've already written it off on my taxes.
Yeah.
So,
and you also took out your catalytic converter, dude. You're a rebel.
I am a rebel. But along with that, this was donated. This is a case for it. This is a NURK 905 for the Spark. Includes eyeballs, and so the person who ends up with the Spark will also get it in this cool case.
And you will not lose that case. You will not lose that case.
No, I won't lose this case. You know why I won't lose this case?
No, because it's bright green.
Well, the reason why is because it's my favorite color. It's Kawasaki green, and it's also Paul Nurkala's color when he flies his drone.
Oh, nice transition.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
That's what I do, man. So did I miss a super chat? And I apologize to... Oh, yeah, Ray Bob's Antics. Thank you. $5 super chat.
And Bob Bennett.
Bob Bennett? Rob Bennett. Thank you. $10. Hello, Aviators. Thank you very much, Rob. Thank you for supporting the show. And now I'm going to go ahead and get NURK on the line while Kelly tells us a joke.
Oh, yes. Okay, I've got a joke for you. So I walked into the bank today, and this guy said, "Can you check my balance?" So I pushed him.
Ah!
I bought some shoes from a drug dealer, and I don't know what he's laced them with, but I've been tripping ever since.
Ah, dude.
I told my girlfriend her eyes seem too high, but she seems surprised.
Okay, that'll be enough of that. Ladies and gentlemen, he's here. It's Paul Nurkala. Hey!
Hey!
Hey, welcome to the show.
How's it going?
Hey, man. I don't know what's going on with my video. I think it's it looks a little bit. Can you see, Paul?
Yes.
You see?
I see me.
It's a little light. You know what I mean? Can you do? Is that me or? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it just looks like it looks like your everything's a little too high, like your
contrast or something.
Yeah, it's a little washed out, I guess.
Try this.
We want to see you in all of your Technicolor goodness.
Now you look blue with a big S, and that's awesome.
Hey, that's getting personal. Oh, you said S.
Oh, there we go.
That better?
Yeah.
More contrasty.
Yeah. Now look what Wirecast has done. I'm gonna have to go ahead and change this very quickly.
Yeah, this is off to a good start. Sorry about that.
Go. No, it's no. This is my fault.
I saw you published a video like 15 minutes before the show too. That's awesome. I mean, you were talking about using was it like a third-party non-GoPro camera?
Yes, yeah. The one of my sponsors is RunCam, and they sent me a product that they call the Split Hybrid, which is like two cameras like welded together, and then one of them is HD, and then one of them is for the FPV, so that you can fly with no latency.
So basically, one of them does the recording, and one of them does the FPV.
Correct.
Okay, now before we get too far, there are people here that may have never heard of you. I can't imagine. I know it's crazy, but please tell everyone who you are and what you do and why you're awesome.
Yeah, so my name is Paul Nurkala. I live here in Indianapolis, Indiana, with my wife and two German Shepherds, and I am an FPV drone racing pilot. So I travel around the world and I compete against other people and race first-person view, high-speed performance drones against them for money.
And you are the 2018 champion, world champion.
Yep, the DRL Allianz World Champion for 2018. So.
And here's a promo for this year, in fact.
You need a win to get in the Golden Heat. 6 best pilots in drone racing. Drones away.
Wow, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Line is like my favorite shot of all DRL of all time. It's so good. It's just so amped up. I love it.
Yeah. Now, it just looks like a lot of fun. For us, I'd say most of the people watching are photography drone people, and there are some people who are getting interested in FPV, whether it be racing or freestyle or cinematic. But you kind of do it all, don't you?
Initially when I started out with all of this, I was a programmer, like full-time programmer. That was all that I did, and I started getting into drones, and I realized, okay, this is actually kind of fun, and it's an opportunity to be creative for the first time in my life. I looked at myself and never thought of myself as a creative individual at any point. Like, I can't draw, I can barely play like an instrument, like these sorts of things. And I thought, like, creativity is not something that I can do. And so as I started to get better with drones, and I realized that video and drones, especially as a medium, were something that suited my creative outlet, and it became something that was very healthy and very positive for me. So in a way, yeah, it was never something that was for me, but it's become such a unique part of who I am and what I do, and it literally has, and I'm sure for all of you guys, has changed the way that I see the world, right? It's, I'll be driving down the road and I'm like, oh, I could fly there.
Yeah.
Which is it is literally a reframing of how you see the world. So
right.
it's interesting.
And you and I have something in common other than being friends with this dude, and that is that our first drone was a Hubsan. I had the same one that you had. My girlfriend,
the X4?
It was my girlfriend gave it to me for my birthday, and I no longer have the girlfriend, but I still have the Hubsan.
That was going to be my next question: is are you still in that relationship? Because that might.
You wrap the props in the hair one time, and they never forgive you.
Well, that's not a problem for you, is it, Kelly?
So you're
no. Oh, jeez.
So your first drone. How did you take to that? Because some people just have the ability and don't know they have the ability until they get the thing in their hands, and other people are like, whoop, in the woods, which is what I did. I have 3 Hubsans off in the woods over there and over there, and then I went to GPS drones. I was like, okay, this is more my speed for now. Yeah. But then I saw some of the cinematic things that have been done. In fact, let me share just an edited version of the first video I ever saw from you. This is how I learned about you. You and the train. This and I forgive me, I changed the music because I didn't want to get a copyright strike.
Yeah,
but
that's a good call.
Here it is. Just enjoy this. We won't talk over this. This is just fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, we'll talk it over a little bit. Where is this?
This is the Truckee River Valley in just between Nevada and California.
Yeah.
Okay.
Truckee is like one of those towns that if you've ever been to Lake Tahoe, it's supposed to be like the really cool. This is like where the cool kids hang out from Tahoe.
I didn't actually go into the city. We were just cruising along the highway looking for places to fly. So like the original goal of this video was to fly up the mountain and just cruise around in the mountain and like just kind of dive down the cliffs and stuff like that. So
did you see the
yeah,
the
dude.
conductor
Dude was like,
the window?
yeah, I don't want any part of this drone.
Understandably. But I was up flying and my friend tapped me on the shoulder and he said, hey, there's a train coming, you should turn around. And so like that's the start of the video.
And then once you get going and you start flying through the bridge, you just keep pushing it. You're like, okay, between the trains, got away with that. I'll start doing it. And I know what that's like, although it's not as intense as you. But it's always risk versus reward. And once you start getting away with it a few times, am I right? I mean, that's
what happened is like, okay, I got away with that. Now can I do this? Now can I do this? Now can I do this? And like one of the things that I hate about this video in a way is that it's pretty shaky. Like there's a lot of like jerks and it's just not a very smooth flight.
Yeah. Is this before the GoPro 7?
This was before the GoPro 7. Yeah, this was a session.
Look at this. This is insane. What did? I don't know what to say. That's just fantastic.
What drone? What quad were you flying? Was this one you built?
Yeah, it was a custom built 5-inch. I think the frame was a Steez that Show Me What You Got or Project 399 made. So yeah.
Now I remember when that came out. You got some flack for that, didn't you?
Yeah, you
could have crashed that train.
I definitely could have railed it. It did not. So part of the problem was that it went viral, right? Somebody posted it on Reddit. It went to the front page of r/videos, and then the next day, like a whole bunch of tech blogs picked it up and made stories about it. Then the next day, it was all on Facebook, and then that following day, it was picked up by like Unilad and like all these really big Facebook groups and stuff like that. And so because of that, like there's 2.5 million views on YouTube, and then something like 20 million on Facebook. And as a result of that, inevitably there's enough eyeballs on it that you're going to get both the positive and the negative like reactions to what's going on. And so for the most part it was positive, but there were a few people that were like, oh my gosh, you're ruining the hobby for everybody. And so like there's a phrase that goes around within FPV like, oh, you nurked the hobby. So
yeah, I mean there's people that are jealous that will always complain. There's always going to be trolls, and when you get that many views, you're going to open yourself up to more. Now, not saying that the FAA are trolls, but did you get a contact from them at all?
Can
you say or no?
I can say, yeah.
Okay,
I was fined by the FAA. I think I was the second ever first-person view fine to happen. The only other one I believe was Trappy from Team Black Sheep, and yeah, they actually fined me over flying first-person view without a Part 107, because at that time I was not a Part 107 operator, but they would not. They decided that I was not operating as a hobbyist because I was using FPV. Basically, was their interpretation of the
that's kind of weird, because I would think
it's very weird.
I would think it would be line of sight would be the issue, right?
Nope.
Well, now was it a slap on the? Don't tell us the amount if you're not comfortable with it. But did you monetize the video?
The video is not monetized because it uses a song from Gil Scott Heron called "The Train to Washington," and so yeah, that none of that money went to me, unfortunately.
You never know what's gonna hit, do you? I mean, it's what's gonna be successful, and that's
it. You know, and that was never the goal, and that's what's funny about it. It was like when we made the video, like I showed it to a couple, like the guys that were there. We looked at it together and like, this is pretty cool, and I just posted it without ever thinking about it. We didn't even think for a second that it was like irresponsible or dangerous or potentially gonna go. Like it was just like, oh, it's cool, put it up, and then like woke up the next day and it's like, 100,000 views.
So having had that experience with the FAA, how do FPV guys feel about the agency? And I mean, the whole line of sight thing is kind of out the window for the most part all the time, right?
Yeah. I encourage anyone that wants to fly FPV, you should get your Part 107. There's no way around it. I don't think that we're going to be flying as hobbyists under the Part 107. I think anyone that operates drones should be using it, based on my experience and with the people that I talk to. Now, that might change depending on things here and there, but like with any government agency, you lobby the people you can, you speak to the people you can, you do your part as a citizen to be a part of something that's bigger than you, and that doesn't always mean it's going to rule in your favor. So it is what it is, and it's something that we have to live with. But take those actions, place those votes, be part of the Academy of Model Aeronautics, those sorts of things.
Right. And just to let people know, I appreciate the super chats. Thank you. I don't want to let it get too far behind.
Jack Bisson.
Ray Bob's Antics, $2. Jack Bisson, $20 super chat. Thank you. Great guest, Ken, NURK FPV. And if I missed any more, I apologize. Ray Bob's Antics again. Ken, third super chat tonight. Your thoughts on the new Unique H3? I have no thoughts on that just yet. Not a fan of Unique. But hey, why? Because
that sounds like drama there.
Well, I've had my point of reference is the earlier versions of Unique. I haven't flown any of the newer ones, so they could have changed. But 2 years ago, they were garbage. Just garbage.
Gotcha.
Yeah, poorly made.
Can I respond to a couple comments really quick?
Yes,
Sorry.
absolutely. Please do.
Soul Reaper said they did not care that he did not have a spotter. They only wanted to fine him for not having his Part 107. Yes, but I also had spotters. I had 4 people watching line of sight and 3 people watching FPV. All of them AMA card holders. All of them drone operators. One of them actually was a Part 107, but I didn't bring him into it because I didn't want to risk his. And then do you have to place it here as, do you have to have a Part 107 to fly FPV, or is it just highly suggested? It's highly suggested from my part. It is not a requirement by any means.
But if you're flying like tiny whoops, right, that's a great place to start. If you don't have your Part 107 and you want to fly FPV, a tiny whoop through your living room or your backyard or pretty much anywhere, because they're so small and basically you have to fly close. And I do really suggest, and also Ken and I agree. What is it? Remote Pilot 101 is fantastic. If you want to get your Part 107, they're a great place to go. It makes it easy to pass the class. Jason is going to be speaking at Spin Up this year, which is awesome. And Jason, he's so entertaining. But I agree with NURK. It's funny because actually NURK was in Austin for South by Southwest in March, right? And we met up, and I asked the question. It was kind of a dumb question, actually. Are you guys all Part 107? Every DRL flyer is Part 107.
Yep.
It's a requirement, right?
Yeah, we're technically commercial drone operators. We don't always fly outside, but we often do. And once you exit a building and you're flying out without something over you, you're in national airspace, and so we have to comply with Part 107. Commercial drone operators, even our even our pilots that are not native English speakers or from the United States, have to pass their Part 107 to be competing, which is for somebody from China or from Brazil is a huge daunting task.
A lot of German flyers. But ultimately, to me, getting the Part 107 was such an eye opener as far as understanding the rules, understanding what could happen if you didn't follow the rules. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a good start.
Well, and I'll add to that. There's a thing that the FAA says all the time. In furtherance of a business, and if you're in the DRL, you're making money for that company, then you're a commercial drone operator and have to have that Part 107. But
or if you're getting super chats,
or like that. Ken. Let me get back to what NURK was talking about to one of the commenters about spotters. When you see YouTubers flying their drones, we are under no obligation to show you our spotters. Sometimes we have them, we just don't choose to have them in the video, or they don't want to be in the video. So and for me in particular, I'm entertainment infotainment, so I use creative editing, and I very often, it's not an instructional video all the time. So if I'm just flying like around a skyscraper or something, I always have a spotter, visual observer, but they're not necessarily in the video. So don't be, you don't have a spotter, you just didn't see it. So anyway.
Those aren't keyboard warriors that are waiting for you to mess up in any kind of way. It's I can't take advantage of
right? Yeah, I know, right?
It's like comic book guy from The Simpsons.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Worst droner ever. So, the DRL. Please tell us how you got involved in that, and what it's like to be a part of that spectacle.
How did I get involved? We'll start with that, and then kind of go into what it's like to be there. I originally got involved. It's such a. I wish there was a clear story, because currently there's a couple different ways to get in. Like, you can win the multi-GP national championship, or you can win the Swatch tournament, which is like an esports tournament with the DRL sim to get involved. But for me, because I kind of got in a little bit earlier, they didn't have those processes in place. So I actually I did a lot of networking. I built a social media following, and I got in front of the people that I thought would kind of get me involved in the drone racing league. And then I went and started doing as well at races as I possibly could. So I took a second place at a qualifier for the United States Nationals which took place at Governor's Island in New York City. I took second place there, and then about a couple months later, I got to go to the Drone Worlds, which took place in Oahu, Hawaii, and I managed another second place finish. And I actually got a call that next morning, "Hey, do you want to come be a professional drone racer on the Drone Racing League?" So
what network is all of this on? And of course it's growing by leaps and bounds. It's on ESPN, right? Most of these things.
So the previous 2 seasons it was on ESPN, and then this year it actually moved to NBC cable for a couple of our episodes, and then NBCSN for the rest, as well as ProSieben and Sky Sports and other broadcast partners around the world, as well as Twitter. We have a partnership with Twitter to host all of our content there as well.
Okay. I guess Kelly's in the bathroom. Kelly, you gone?
I scared him away.
You are a scary guy.
He watched too much FPV, got sick to his stomach, and run to the bathroom.
Yeah. Now you don't feel obligated to create a persona when you're in the DRL, right? You're just who you are. Or I mean, I see it. You play to the camera, but it's not like professional wrestling where you're a character or any of that stuff. You're just you. Am I correct? Or
yeah, it's what they kind of help us do and teach us to do is to be a bigger version of yourself. It's take your personality and what you would do at a race and just kind of crank it up to 11, and what would that look like? And that's so I actually it helps me to think of Paul Nurkala, that's my real name, as one person, and then NURK as another, and it helps me switch into that mentality of competition, right? It's NURK is the world champion. He's confident. He's going to talk a little trash. He's going to have some fun. He's going to get up in people's faces and mess around a little bit, where Paul Nurkla is usually a little bit, is like a person that you actually want to spend time with.
Yeah, you seem like just a nice, decent guy, and we appreciate you making time for us here. How many world champions have there been for the DRL? What number was 2018?
The Drone Racing League, Jet won the first year, the second year, I won the third year, and then we're still working on the fourth year, so we'll find out.
And do you get to pick your color? Because green, man, Kawasaki green, gotta love that.
I joined at the same, so Night Fury was green before me, and I joined at the same time as he left the Drone Racing League, and so I kind of inherited his color, but I also really liked it, so if I wanted to change my color, I think I could ask them to change it, and they would. But at this point, it's just kind of like I'm super excited about it, and I stick with it, and that's fine with me.
I mean, if you're the world champion, they should retire your color, right? And nobody else can be green.
Right? Yeah.
You're like the green Power Ranger. Yeah. So, Kelly, did you have any more questions for him?
Oh gosh, 100. Guys, for everyone who hasn't seen this yet, NURK has a Facebook group as well as a lot of videos about Cinewhoops. Can you tell us a little bit about Cinewhoops and what you're doing with those for your, like at the state fair and at the arcade commercial, that sort of thing?
I'm gonna play this video, and I was saving it for the last because this is so impressive. Now I went to the fair with my little Cinewhoop, but I'm stupid cautious, and I'm
excited to see what you're talking about here.
I wasn't flying anywhere near. I just went up and down pretty much. But this is what I wanted to share while you're talking about this. This is just amazing and fantastic and wonderful, and I want to be able to fly like this one day.
Oh yeah,
with the chains.
So we were in Minneapolis filming with the Drone Racing League, and so we were there for like the show, but at the same time there's a company called AirViews, which is a drone racing or like a drone video company, and they're based out of Minneapolis, and this is the Minnesota State Fair, which is one of the biggest state fairs in the world as far as is what I've been told, and they basically had the only like permits to be able to fly drones at the state fair, and this is like the day before it opened, so it's totally empty, but we could get the ride operators out and have them start up all the rides for us and stuff like that.
Wow,
that is so awesome.
So yeah, it was a big opportunity. I knew it was going to be fun, but I didn't expect how fun it was going to end up. And so we got a chance to fly around roller coasters and through Ferris wheels and the swinging chair thing, and it was great. It was a really good time.
Now, would you recommend starting with the Whoop for people who want to get into FPV? Is it drastically different from like a 5-inch drone? Because that's what I'm pretty much doing, and I've been avoiding simulators. Doesn't rather go out and smash up a real drone.
I feel that. I recommend starting with like brushless sizes, where you are finding where they have a little bit more power than like a tiny whoop, which is like really, really small. It flies very different than a normal drone, but the Emax Tiny Hawk is my biggest,
yes. Oh
biggest
my God,
recommendation.
I love it.
Yeah, this is incredible what you're doing here.
Yeah, that was kind of like a last minute idea. Like, this is like right as my battery was about to be depleted, I'm like, let's just fly straight through it while it's spinning. I think we can do it. And so there's actually 2 quads straight behind me too that were following me through it. So if you find the other guys, it's Shaky FPV and Gap 707, they were chasing me through that. So there's shots of me flying through the Ferris wheel as it's going. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Wow, that must be just such a great feeling to get through something like that and just turn around and look back and go, I got it.
And not have to go look for your drone at the base of the Ferris wheel. Where'd it go?
That's always my goal, is not having to go get the drone.
Switch on the beeper. And I watched this video a few weeks ago. I love the Wacky Shack. I actually commented about that. That's what a great finish.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of go through those flags and then just do a reveal of the park from behind it and stuff like that. So yeah, it turned out well. I was really excited about it. Fantastic stuff.
What would be your favorite off-the-shelf beginner? Because I think most serious FPV flyers build their own. But Walkera makes some nice FPV drones. As you said, Ishin makes some nice ones. What would be your favorite one that you could buy either as a bind and fly or as a ready to fly?
My favorite off the shelf is definitely the Tiny Hawk. You can get the goggle, like a set of goggles, a radio that's a FR Sky radio, and the drone, and like some
that
tools,
little
and
video
battery
game
charger.
one. You seen the little video game FR Sky?
Yeah, it's $160 for everything to start flying FPV out of the box. Like that's pretty compelling for people that are like, do I want to do this? Do I want to get into something new?
Have you tried the Tiny Hawk S?
No, I haven't actually.
Oh, man.
I don't want to because I'm gonna fall in love with it.
Oh.
And then my 3 Tiny Hawks are gonna be useless.
No. Those are your loaners. Those are the ones you give to Gab and those guys to follow you, right? The Tiny Hawk S. Actually, I made a top drones under $1,000 video recently, and the Tiny Hawk S is on it. It is amazing. It's got turtle mode, and it is bindable with FR Sky. And I will say one thing about it. So for a long time, I couldn't get it to bind, and you have to change your remote from, it's like D8 or D12 to D6. Do you know what I'm talking about?
It's 8 and 16. So
you have to change it back to 8. It won't do 16.
Oh yeah, that's
Anyway,
a
I was
free
like,
Sky
I
is a little
just bind, and then somebody was like, yeah, you need to change it to D8.
Okay, we're talking a different language than the photography drone people, and of course, there's something else.
Really,
There's something else that's called beta flight that for me is just a speed bump to fun, but that's something else that configures your FPV drones. But I have to ask you before the show gets 10 hours long, your thoughts on the DJI FPV system, which I have put on a Copus 1, and this is the one that I've been breaking a lot of propellers on. So your thoughts on that?
At least it's just the propellers and not the air unit, because those are pretty pricey.
Yeah,
I've actually got mine right here. I went out this afternoon just to fly this, but it ended when I popped a receiver wire off,
oh no!
Unfortunately. But yeah, it's the DJI FPV system is phenomenal. It's for me, what it does is it puts me back in this headspace that I had when I first started flying. Like when I first picked up a drone and started flying drones, it was like I can explore the world in a new way. And for the last 5 years, I've been enjoying flying, but I kind of lost some of that feeling. It's more of a there's like a technical thing. It's become a part of me. However you want to put it that way. So when I put the DJI goggles on for the first time and I flew it that way, I was like, oh, this just opens it up again, because now instead of flying to race this track as fast as I can or to get this shot or anything, I just fly and I don't care. I just enjoy it. I enjoy being just a bird in the sky again. And
so do you think that that the digital system, the lag is okay for racers?
It is not okay for racers. That's one of my caveats for it. Is you're going to be faster with an analog system than you are with a DJI HD or digital downlink system, unfortunately. But it is very compelling for somebody that's freestyling or flying around. I think it'd be really good for cine whooping, and I think I would actually recommend it for beginners that have no interest in doing racing eventually, because it is a very engaging, compelling, simple experience.
And there's the other thing
you can
that
record straight to it.
You can record straight to it. Yep,
Right.
there's goggles in it. Or you can put an SD card in your goggles, and you can put an SD card on the drone.
Yeah, you don't have to load it up.
I tried to do that this evening for the first time. I wanted to have the drone record, but it didn't save any of the footage. Like I got back here to start cutting my video up from filming tonight, and there's no footage on the disc. I was like, what?
What do you use to edit your video?
I'm all Premiere. All Adobe.
Yeah, I like the Adobe family software. So, all right, one couple more things. One of which is for all right, the FPV community and photography drone community. It's all drones. We should all be friends. But it seems like photography drone people have some of this, most of this, the gray hair, and it's the young whippersnappers who are in the FPV going fast, zippity zip zip, get off my lawn.
Off my lawn.
Yeah. So, what are your feelings about that? Shouldn't we be all friends, all buddies? It's all drones, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the drones, and I don't know why there is this distinction. Like in there, for example, when I posted some of my content about the digital FPV system from DJI, but 4 or 5 people just jumped in the comments like, "But it's DJI, they're the devil." And I'm like, no, they're the largest drone company apart from maybe the U.S. government. That's they're bringing people in, they're bringing money into it, they're helping bring about rule changes and stuff like that we're not going to get on just the consumer hobby side. And like it or not, we need more people involved in freestyle for this industry to continue to grow, to continue to become cheaper, to continue as it is. And if we start to become adversarial and building these dumb little sects within the drone industry, we're setting ourselves up for failure right from the beginning. So the only reason that you shouldn't be excited about one person or the other is that they're flying responsibly or irresponsibly, right? And both of those happen on the same side. Look at me, I've tried to buzz a guy's hair in a train. Like, you should hate me as much as anything else. But at the same time, it's they're different applications of the same way of looking at the world that we should enjoy and understand both sides of the coin.
Well, I hope to integrate more FPV stuff into my channel, certainly on the cinematic side. I could never fly like you and any of the other DRL people do. I just couldn't. I don't have it in me. I think it's because I'm over 50. But I mean, I'm sure.
I consider myself one of the old guys in FPV, and I'm only 28. So
oh well,
you just look at that however you want.
I've aged out. But
again, I'll say that to me, Cinewhoops is one of the most exciting things going on in FPV right now, because Cinewhoops are truly that cross braid between like a DJI stabilized drone. You can fly a Cinewhoop in acro or in rate mode, right? And you can do really amazing stuff with it, and you can get amazing footage with it. And if you guys haven't checked out some of NURK's videos on that, you saw the one just now with him flying through the state fair. There's one where he flies through an arcade, and there's a dude playing Pac-Man or some game, and he flies through his arm. I mean, it's so freaking cool. You couldn't do that with a Mavic 2. You couldn't do that with a Mavic Air.
You can't do that with standard cameras, like a gimbal. Like, there's no way for you to hand it, like stuff like that. And that's what I love about Cinewhooping, is you find a new way to produce content that no other camera platform can do.
Yeah, he's showing the world in a different way, and so I feel like that's kind of that bridge, and that's what I've got a Squirt 2. If you guys haven't seen that before, just Google it. It's made by Shen Drones, right? Squirt 2 is a Cinewhoop platform that carries a GoPro, but there are so many of these starting to come out. With camera stabilization the way it is today, you can actually do amazing shots that look like they have a gimbal, even though they don't, with drones that are like this big.
Right.
I mean, they're tiny.
And if you're using GoPro, there's something called Real Steady that a lot of FPV guys are using, that is software that will imitate the EIS. But I could talk to you all night long. You're a very interesting guy. I urge everyone to check out the links that are in the description for NURK. Follow him on Instagram and subscribe to his channel. And I would
and root for him on DRL.
Yes. And I invite all of the people who are only watching this stream for Mr. NURK to come back and watch it again when he's just a memory next week.
And I recommend that everybody not watching this stream for me go over and subscribe as well.
yes, absolutely. Yeah. So we do a thing every week with our guest called Would You Ride It? And usually it's some contraption, some quad, something or other.
Ride or write?
Would you ride it? Would you hop on it and ride it?
That's what she said.
Zing zing. Where's the? And so
it's not a book. Would you write it?
So it's usually some wacky drone taxi type thing, but this one is actually not that bad. Have you heard of the Volocopter?
That sounds familiar.
You might have seen it. So the Volocopter 2X flew into Helsinki, and so watch this. Let me know in the chat.
Nope.
Would you ride it? This is just, of course, a test flight.
For the first time, the operation of an air taxi at an
If it's
international
made by
airport.
Swedish people, I would totally ride it. Yes.
What do you think he weighs? Because that's probably my biggest issue. With,
Right.
The copter or us?
Him.
Oh yeah.
John Holder.
Yeah, it's pretty small.
Like 4 feet. See,
What
that's what's so like I've built enough drones, I've flown enough drones, and like none of them work. Like they just you know that they're gonna just randomly fail eventually, and that's what is terrifying to me.
Well, there's a lot of people saying that they would ride it in the chat.
I would totally do it.
Nope,
yes,
never.
yes. JFed15 says yes. I do it says Tater. Well, Tater would ride anything. He's just a nut.
Paul, I would ride it, and I probably got you by 20 pounds.
You know, usually these test flights are done over water, and there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
But if you're confident enough to fly this thing over concrete, there might be some technology in there that it just doesn't look like a bunch of teeny tiny propellers. I don't know.
I don't think those are teeny tiny. I think those are like 40 inches long.
Yeah, I guess they are pretty big.
Each. Like, look at her. Wow, that's a big updo. A hair compared to like the size of them. Like the motors are like the size of your face.
And there's a lot of them, so one or two could fail, I guess, and you wouldn't drop out of the sky. But still, I want a big bean bag underneath it, or some giant spring.
The bean bag deploy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Anubis Arts, TJ Grady, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Would you be willing to put a few links to these starter FPV drones in the description after the show, please and thank you? Sure. Yeah.
I can grab some affiliate links if you want.
Well, I was gonna grab some affiliate links. No, hey, just if you're ever gonna buy something, do it through one of your favorite YouTubers' affiliate links, because it does help them, us, them.
For sure.
All of us.
For sure. And there are some nice, there are some pretty good out of the box, ready to fly, already bound. If you want it really simple, they have some good FPV drones. The big thing to get is get a decent pair of goggles. Amway makes some decent goggles, of course, Fat Sharks. But if you get a decent pair of goggles, you can use them with any of these drones that you're going to fly FPV. Where I'm sitting right now, I often, go around that way through the kitchen, back around, and it's really fun. I'll just sit in my office and fly 10 laps.
It's a great way to see a tour of Kelly's house.
It really is. It really is.
I like
the dog,
these
the kids.
These FPVers that fly around their house like Mr. Steele and everything. Just, well, that's what his house looks like. Thank you, Mr. Steele. So, who is your favorite freestyle or cinematic FPV flyer there, if you can say?
So I have to separate those two. I think freestyle is one thing, cinematic is another.
Yes.
For freestyle, if I'm looking at like just hardcore raw, like this is the I look at freestyle when I see something that I don't think I could ever do. Or I could ever be that good. That's what makes me excited about freestyle, and so for that, it's Wild Willie. If you go watch some of his stuff, like it just I don't even understand how he moves the drones that way. If I'm gonna go down the cinematic side, I would say Air Blaster is up there.
Oh yeah,
he's unreal. Benoit Finky from France is amazing, and Red FPV. Those are all some of my favorite guys.
Well, I would like to introduce you to someone you may not have heard of. He's a buddy of mine from Sweden. His name is Viggo Koch. Have you heard of him?
Viggo Koch.
I
don't think so.
He's 22, and he actually parted out my race drone that I'm going to build for Spin Up. Hopefully in time, Jerry Calvary is going to help. But he was hired by a amusement park to fly a roller coaster, and he made a commercial for them, and then he did a follow-up video, and I'm going to share that now. Many of you may not have seen this, but this thing was very successful to him. I think he's over 1 million views of this now, but this is him, the roller coaster part 2. This is Viggo Koch. Enjoy the heck out of this, my friends.
Yeah, I've definitely seen this. It's amazing.
I can tell you that he had to practice this several times, and at one of the times, he landed his drone in a pond and had to strip down to his skivvies and wade in there to retrieve it.
Those are the best stories, though. When you have to take off your pants, that means you've done drones right.
Right, you've had a good day if you're depanting.
Can we put that in the comments? The quote from NURK.
Hold on, stay here.
I'm gonna make it into a T-shirt.
Oh.
I mean, you
Ken,
have to,
Ken, do you have Henry somewhere?
No, you have to practice. I mean, how many times would you have to practice this, NURK, before you found a line?
You know, I think you could probably do it on the second or third try. It's about timing it with the coaster,
right?
Because the coaster doesn't move like anything that he's ever chased before, probably, right? Like it doesn't. It has momentum and stuff like that.
Right,
that
it's not a constant speed. It's start slowing down and wow.
Yeah, I've always wanted to chase a roller coaster like that.
Yeah, now there was no people on that, but
here, hopefully he'll cut back for you, Kyla, so you don't have to stay here for too long.
Oh my goodness, what in the heck is that? Is that a bear?
Right here.
Is that a dog? What is that?
You should go pupper.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on.
Oh man, everybody got their doggies. Look at the doggies.
Got the pup.
Okay.
Oh, and you got your puppy.
He was surprisingly patient with that.
My dog's downstairs. I can't go get him. He's cute too. Look. What's your dog's name, Kelly?
Jenga.
Jenga. Very cool. Awesome. Well, Mr. NURKala, Paul, NURK. May I call you NURK?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for being on the show. You are an inspiration to a lot of wannabe FPV people. And
yeah, so I have to say too, Ken invited me to co-host tonight, and I didn't know you were the guest until
really?
6 hours ago. I was like, oh,
that's
yes.
We did our test call last night, and I was like, oh, I guess I gotta go get a shirt ready and all that stuff. So we made sure one was washed.
No, and I have to say, so my son and I were watching your video where you were flying around your house. I think you were using the new DJI goggles, and you were wearing your Ready Set Drone shirt, and we were just like grinning the whole time. That was awesome.
Nice. Good. I'm glad. I love the shirts. They fit amazingly well. Like they're by far. Yeah. Anyway.
You and I have the same build. So, and by the way, you did a promo for us last year for Spin Up. I might ask you to do another one, just a quick, hello to the attendees kind of thing. But I have to ask because I just watched the Rotor Riot video because they were out at Phoenix, right, in Chase Stadium. So you can't say how you guys did, can you?
No.
And it doesn't air until December.
Correct.
Are there no more episodes until December?
If you go to drl.io, there's a link to see where to watch, and there's all of the rest of the season, what days, and all that stuff.
But are there more between now and December?
Yes.
Okay, good. So, because I wanted to go to Chase Field so bad, I really wanted to go to that event.
I wish you could have been there.
Oh, it looked awesome.
So, did you like the Swatch tournament when you were there?
Yes.
So now take that, crank it by like 10, and then go to 11. It was unreal how awesome it was.
It looked amazing. Well, I'm excited to see the actual show when it comes out. You're just missing out because I watch it with my son. We had so much fun watching it. It's so exciting. There's a new kid in town. I don't know how Vanover's doing now, but I know it's kind of the old guard versus the new guard, and it's just been exciting for me to see. There's drama, there's racing, there's personalities, there's NURK. So go watch it.
NURK.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Well, thank you.
When I won my first DRL race, which was Tehachapi, California, the woman who is our sideline reporter, Amy Paffrath, she was doing warm up takes and our level 1 champion NURK, and I'm like, can you give it a little more? Can you put a little gut into it? She's like, oh, okay.
Echo in it.
NURK! And I was like, yes.
Yes.
Here you go. I got something for you. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, NURK! There you go. Thank you so much for making time for us. I hope I get to meet you one day, and you can let me crash one of your drones, perhaps.
Hey, anytime. That's what I have them all set up for. I'm never afraid to crash. So
awesome. Well, is there anything else you'd like to say? I'm going to give you the last word before we say goodbye to you.
Hey, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to what I have to say. I know that I'm one of those weird, like, action sports junkies from the other side of the tracks of drones. But, you know, just know that we're all in the same family. We're all having fun. We're all looking at the world from a new perspective. If you want to see mine, you can check it out at NURK.TV and NURK FPV on Instagram. Thanks for the opportunity for me to come over to your side and share some of the adventures that we've been on over the last couple of years.
Absolutely, and I look forward to honing my skills and not crashing as much.
I think Ken and I are actually going to race at Spin Up this year. There's a little talk about that.
I concede. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and concede. But awesome.
All right.
So thank you, sir. We'll talk again soon.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right, see you, bud. Awesome. NURK is awesome, isn't he?
He is amazing.
He's just a nice guy, and his dog was pretty scary. I actually thought that was like a baby bear for a minute.
That's not a dog you want to have sneak up on you in the night.
No.
It's a big German Shepherd, and he's got 2 of them.
We talked to NURK for quite a bit. I hope we didn't lose any of our regulars.
347 still watching.
Oh, excellent. And thanks to all the people who are checking out this stream who never have before. If you're new, just say new in the chat, and I go back and I read all the chat again later. Speaking of chat, I wanted to ask some people. I live in the town of Huntingdon, Tennessee. If there's anybody in Huntingdon that's watching, I'm always curious about that. People know me here because I'm on the radio here, but I was wondering if anybody in my town actually watches the stream. So let me know if you're here in Huntingdon. And you can also say hello to my mom if she watches. If you see Renee Savacool, that is her name. That's my mom. Savacool is her married name. So
that is a very cool last name.
Yeah. Now I neglected to mention that we're going to be drawing for this $750.
What?
Yeah. This is the Fayutech AK-4500. Going to draw for this evening. If you saw my video, then you know how to get entered for this. So
wow.
And also going to draw for this little guy here. In fact, we could probably go ahead and do that right now.
Let's do it.
Let's do that.
And somebody super chatted and said, I have a side face mic. I guess I keep looking down at the chat, but I'm going to put the mic over here so that as I turn my head to look at the chat, I can talk into it.
Oh, there you go. All right, so let's get the prize music going. All right. Someone's going to win this fantastic Amcrest Skylight little non-GPS toy drone. It's a toy. I didn't even bother taking it out of the box, but it's cool. And you can
Great
win
way
it.
to learn to fly.
That's right. So let's go ahead and go to the Decidertron 5000. And all you had to do...
Oh, you upgraded to the 5000?
Yeah, man. I figured, hey, you know, if we're doing this for realsies, why not go with the 5000?
That's
so
awesome.
Here we go. We're going to draw for this. And all you had to do was say, Ken, let me skylighten your load. And so put in the... Take out the filter the duplicate users because people just kind of try to cheat a little bit here.
You want to hear a joke while I'm while you're doing
so
that?
You have, well, we're almost have a winner. You could have a 1 in 348 chance. So that's pretty good.
My dog used to chase people on a bike a lot. It got so bad I took his bike away.
And the winner is, oh, unfortunately, Brooke S. Great joke, by the way. She didn't say the proper phrase, the phrase that pays.
Brooke.
So we're going to have to do another drawing and see who the winner actually is. And that is, we're looking for the right phrase. And the winner is John Scott. I would like to skylighten your load. Way to go, John Scott. Congratulations. You got yourself this here drone. Make sure you email me.
Realize this. He's actually Michael Scott's brother. From the office.
Yes, that's who that was. So make sure you make sure you email here and let me know that you won. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. You can also send me videos, which I have a lot of. It's going to be a long show tonight. I hope it's not past your bedtime, Kelly.
Oh no! I'm in it to win it.
Okay, first let's start off with some pictures. This was sent in by Ryan Sones, and he says, "Hey Ken, I think of you and your logo every time I come across this, so here's a token of appreciation for you and all you do regarding drones on YouTube, and yes, I do realize this in no way helps cover any of your bills. Have a good day. Ryan Sones." And so that's a great picture of a heron.
That is an awesome picture.
Thank you for that. And let's see, Michelle sent this in. Thank you. It's the best way I can show it there. It says the heron's nest. Thank you very much for sending that in. Appreciate it. And
it kind of looks like a little hobbit house.
Yeah, it did. Now, everybody likes doggies. Clearly, NURK likes doggies. Kelly had his doggie. My doggie's downstairs sleeping. And so this first video is from Dale Curtis, and it's all about the doggies. He says, "Hey Ken, I know you love dogs, so you might be interested in my latest video, partly filmed with my Phantom 4 Pro. The video involved nearly 20 dogs, and the drone was used to film them running as a pack across a local hilltop. I'm a big fan of your stuff and always watch TNL, but often on catch-up as it's 1 a.m. here in the UK when the show goes out live. This has taken more than a month to film and put together. Hope you like it. Dale Curtis." And he says, "P.S. The Border Collie is my dog." So here it is, the calling of the Wotan dogs. We're gonna OD. We're gonna overdog. Enjoy.
Oh, pretty scenery.
Yeah. Ah, there's just something about a dog, isn't there?
You know, they kind of taste like chicken.
Dude, I tell you, I would trade 1,000 cats for one dog.
Yes, I'm allergic to cats, so I have to.
Yeah, that's what I told my ex-girlfriend.
So
I just hated
was
her
this
cat.
all shot with the drone? I mean, it looks like we're lifting up, we're going down.
No, part of it was filmed with the drone, part of it wasn't. But yeah, it'll be pretty clear what was filmed with the Phantom 4 Pro.
That shot right there reminds me of Shaun of the Dead. If anybody's seen Shaun of the Dead.
Yes, and you know you can use your drone as like a jib, like a nice gentle lifting jib shot. It doesn't always have to be. Look at this. What a great idea for a video.
Dogs.
Oh man, just the carefree, loving life.
And you know, in England, they actually call the English Spaniel, they just call it a Spaniel.
Is that right? And in France, they call them just fries?
That's right. That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
And in China, Chinese food?
Right.
Food.
I like the slow motion.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Great dramatic with the hair. It just looks like it'd be fun to be a dog.
So how does Henry react to your drones?
Well, Henry is completely blind, so he doesn't care.
He doesn't care. Jenga doesn't really either until you get too close, and then she takes him down.
Yeah, Henry is 15, and he's seen all of my drones. He's been around all of them.
Oh,
so
that's a good shot.
That's a great tracking shot of all the doggies.
That is so awesome.
Man, imagine being a dog wrangler for this shoot.
No kidding.
There they are.
Oh, there they are. There's the dog.
Wonderful.
That is awesome.
Very, very good. Thank you for that.
I'll have to share it with you sometime. I have some footage of Jenga catching a frisbee, like jumping way up in the air to catch a frisbee from a drone. I followed her and kind of tracked the frisbee until she got it.
I love those shots, those clips you see on YouTube sometimes of dog treating the drones as frisbees.
right.
You know? Yeah. Okay.
That was an awesome video. Thank you for who sent it in?
Well, now I crumpled it up and put it in the garbage can.
Oh,
that means I'm done with it.
Thank you to the gentleman who sent that in.
That was
it was awesome.
Some dude. I have a memory of a goldfish. So,
some dude from England.
This is from Tony T. This next one. This is. He says, "Hey Ken, how's it going? I thought I'd send you a link to one of my FPV videos. I've only been flying 6 months, but lately things seem to be coming together."
Nice.
Here he is diving some trees for you.
Ruh-roh.
And this is. I think I'm good enough to do maybe half of what he's doing here. I want to get a little bit better before I share anything on the channel, really, with the 5-inch drone, because, you know, there's people out there, so you should have done this or whatever. But
that's pretty good. That's pretty
really good.
I mean, can I tell you something? There's actually a magnetic property to tree leaves. They attract drones.
Yes, and the tree trunks also attract cars sometimes.
Yes.
I've seen that. Tony says, if I could offer you a little advice, I would stop flying whoops so much and get out the 5-inch more often as you have control in acro and will start to progress much faster with the 5-inch. Do you agree with that?
Actually, I think yes, 100%. Flying a whoop in acro mode. As a matter of fact, if the official tiny whoop station, the people that advocate tiny whoops say that you should fly those pretty much stabilized all the time because they're really hard to fly acro. But bigger drones are easier to fly acro. I agree.
Okay. Well, I got to take mine out. First, I have to build it. Then I'll take it out. The only 5-inch I have is the Copus. And that's an old.
I've seen lots of stuff on your Instagram feed with soldering irons and wires and lots of stuff going on. I mean, it looks like you're building a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm getting good at that. I'm like a jeweler. I can get in there and fix the tiny whoops. I've replaced VTXs and I've done all that on the tiny.
So if anybody
whoop.
wants to get married and put a tiny whoop on someone else's finger, you can do that.
Yes. Yeah, the little kid brings it, a little tiny whoop out on a pillow.
Right, a little pillow.
She slips it on her finger. So, yeah, let me just blow through some of these videos because people sent me a lot. Now,
nice.
There are some of these videos that are just going to absolutely blow your mind. Great videos. If you want to send some in to me.
I'm impressed with the two you've done so far.
They're really
awesome.
good. People are sending great stuff. Now, it doesn't have to be cinematic quality. If you're just proud of it, if it's your first time, go ahead and send it to me. It doesn't have to be edited. I will add music myself. If you just don't have time, you go ahead and send it to me. Make sure you send me a streaming link and not a big honking file. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. This next one is from Orwell Law. He says, hey Ken, here's a relaxing video of radio towers with flashing beacon lights in the sunrise and morning fog. One of my first efforts with the unique Q500. So here is a unique, and this is pretty good looking video from Orwell Law.
And first of all, it's an awesome name, Orwell Law.
It is.
It sounds like a filmmaker from the Golden Age.
You're right. Wait, hold
Orwell
on.
Law makes the most amazing films.
Here, hold on. I got something for you. Here we go.
That's really pretty.
Now this one is from Orwell Law. It shows the Hoover Dam under construction. Brought to you by Ovaltine.
Yeah.
Ovaltine. Okay. Raise your hand if you remember Ovaltine.
Nobody remembers Ovaltine.
That's another old guy thing.
You only remember it because it was in A Christmas Story. Remember?
And I think, you know what that reminded me of, actually, was, what's the one where the guy ties all the balloons to his house? The Pixar
yes,
movie.
Up. It's called Up, yeah.
Yeah, your little commentary reminded me of the beginning of Up.
Oh, okay. Oh, by the way, Double Dog Drone says, want to edit my Alaska video sessions. Well, sure. Yeah, no, you send it to me. I'll do that. I'm not going to edit everyone's video, but if it's cool, I'll share it. And I got to tell you, the reason I'm going like this, I have a big dedicated, I'll show you, I have a big dedicated monitor right here for all the chat.
Yes! Camera 2!
Camera 2! Camera 2 in the house. And I can barely see it because I had to go to the eye doctor yesterday. Got a new prescription. I haven't had a chance to fill it yet. Are you nearsighted or farsighted there, Kelly?
I have to wear glasses to read. So what does that make me?
Can you see far without
Yes,
glasses?
I can drive without glasses.
Okay, well that means you're farsighted.
And I can pretty much read the chat right now, but I have glasses. I should go grab my glasses. I look 100 times smarter when I have my glasses on.
Here's some bad news for farsighted people. Did you know that if you're nearsighted, your sight actually gets better as you age? I found that out. My next prescription,
Really?
yeah, my next prescription will be weaker than the ones I have now.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Very
if you're
nice.
farsighted, your eyesight gets worse. So good luck to that.
It's the shape of your eye changing, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So can you go back to camera 2 real quick?
Camera 2.
Coming in and take 2. What is that blue circle, that blue line to your right?
That?
Yes. What is that?
Oh, that is my computer. That's what's running this whole shebang. That's my Alienware R5.
Holy moly, that thing is cool.
That is a beast. That's why I do everything. It's running all this stuff.
No, it looks awesome. Well, I thought it was some sort of heater or landing contraption or drone magnet or
it's
microwave. I didn't know what it was.
It's not a chick magnet. I can tell you that. But
well, you know, Ken, you're coming to Spin Up, and there's going to be a lot of lovely ladies at Spin Up this year, and so maybe we'll find that should be a whole section of Spin Up is find Ken a girlfriend.
Spin Up dating platform, right? Well, they have they have like farmers only, right? They have droners only dating site. There's an idea for you. I don't have time for women. Bumble. I don't have time for women. If I had a girlfriend, though, I wouldn't have any content on the channel because she'd make me, I don't know, clean the dishes or something. I don't want to do that.
No, dishes. Cleaning dishes is for suckers.
The heck with that.
We just throw them away.
Yeah. By the way, NURK did mention that it would behoove you to get your Part 107. And you can do that because our sponsor, RemotePilot101.com, is the #1 teaching platform in the country. They teach, they have more graduates. They have more graduates than any other platform, any other teaching tool.
By the way, Jason Shepard will be speaking at Spin Up. He is one of the nicest people I've ever talked to, and he is also such a good teacher. If you are going to take Remote Pilot 101, you won't be bored. He really puts things in perspective. He's very energetic. He's very handsome.
He is handsome, isn't he?
He's got it all. He's a good-looking guy.
He does, and he's interested in the thing. You know, he's not
enthusiastic.
He's not just an opportunist jumping on the whole drone bandwagon. He's been a professional pilot for years. He's written many books. He's very knowledgeable and very helpful if you have any questions. And the RemotePilot101.com course is for life. You pay a one-time fee, and they upgrade it every time something new comes out. They make a new video.
When you got to take your retest every 2 years, boom.
That's right. It's in there. So make sure you use Heron.
I want to use it. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. You can use Heron 18. It's Heron 18 and get 30% off. And while you're getting the discount, that will let RemotePilot101.com know that you saw this on this here platform. What were you saying there, Kelly?
I was just going to say, if you've ever gone to see a band and the band looks bored on stage, you know that it just does. The music isn't as good. Like, you're just kind of bored. Jason Shepard is like that band that is up there just jamming and having a great time.
Right,
like
for music's sake.
Fun.
Right, they're doing it for the music, not for the money. So, RemotePilot101.com, love you, mean it.
Yep.
All right.
100%.
So now back to the videos, and they just keep getting better. The hits keep coming.
I'm going to go grab my glasses while you play this one so I can have them on. I'll be right back.
You go ahead. All right. All right, now while he's not listening, let's go ahead and just kind of look at his house. Oh, he's got nice little lighting in the background. I thought that might have been a TV on there. There should be a Heron logo on his laptop, don't you think? Yeah. Anyway, this next one is from John Taylor. He says, hello, Ken. Angie and I took a trip out west this summer, which included many drone adventures. One site I check out to fly is the Rio Grande Gorge Bridge outside of Taos, New Mexico. Using AirMap, it was safe to fly. Can you please share with TNL, and thank you for all you do, Ken. This is a great, great bridge. I've seen this flown before, and I've always wanted to. That's not it. That's not it. I've always wanted to fly it. Bibbidi bop, bibbidi bop. Here it is. Different bridge. This is one of those bridges you look at and you just go, ah! If you have your drone, you're like, yes! If you don't have your drone, you're like, oh, I gotta drive home and get it. Look at this magnificent thing. Again, this is from John Taylor. And this is the Rio Grande Gorge Bridge outside of Taos, New Mexico. Thank you. Thank you for sending that in and sharing with us, John. Kelly will be back momentarily. But in the meantime... Oh, he's back? Okay, there he is. Kelly?
You know the old adage of need your glasses to find your glasses?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that is true, man. So, all right, the next video is up to you. Do you want to see a natural Utah arch or a big old train?
Oh, you know what? I want to see the arch.
We're going with the arch. Okay.
Yes.
This is from John and Angela Taylor. They actually visited me at the radio station a few months back. It says, hello, Ken. My wife and I just made a trip out to Utah and enjoyed the beautiful red rock country. The video has no audio, but I'm sure you can find some, which I did. Wilson Arch always has lots of people around, and because of that, I tried to stay as far away as I could. Thanks for all you do, Ken. I always enjoy TNL. John and Angela Taylor. So here it is, the Wilson Arch in Utah.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's
cool,
not
though.
that's not the arch. I think that's like the crown or something like that. But yeah, Utah is just filled with some amazing erosion.
Yeah, I've been to Moab before,
There it
and I
is.
wonder if this is near Moab.
I never had an opportunity to film out in Utah, but Dana has. Dana Williams, he's been out there filming stuff. Look at that.
Wow.
You know how that happens? Water.
Water. Drip, drip, drip.
Yep.
No, it's really cool. So actually, Moab. So I have been to Moab, and I took my Mavic Pro out to Moab and flew there. And you do have to be careful because there are national parks out there, but there are areas of Moab that you can fly in, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, lots of national parks out that way. Thank you for sending that in.
That was awesome. Great video.
John and Angela Taylor. I want to remind everybody to make sure that you have the chat in live chat and not top chat, because YouTube will default to top chat, and then you'll miss some of the chat, and you'll be like, where's my chat? And then you won't see it, so have it in live chat. There you go.
Jimmy J says train, train, train on the live chat. You might have missed that.
Oh, well, here we go with the train, train, train. This is from Jim Johnson. He says, hey, Ken, this is my first drone video that I uploaded. Pretty proud of it. I had my Mavic Air and a camera at ground level. It was lots of fun to put together. Ultimately reminded me of how crappy my computer is. I bought a new one to do more editing. Let me know what you think of it. I love TNL and the videos you put together. You're a riot and have made me and my family laugh hysterically many, many times. Thanks for all you do, man. Jim Johnson. So here is Jim in the big old train at the Kate Shelby Bridge. And it's a chugga-chugga train.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Chugga, 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 chugga.
Not a
chugga,
diesel,
chugga,
it's a
chugga,
chugga-chugga train. Or is it? It might be a diesel. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think maybe it is. Or, I don't know, it looks like a lot of steam.
It's going.
Sounds like a steam train. So cool.
I don't think there are many of those left right now.
No, and you don't see, you know, those big, huge front wheels.
Look at that on the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just amazing.
Just ran over NURK's drone.
Look at those observation cars. This is probably a special line that runs out there. That. What a.
So Ken, I know you don't have your passport still, right, sir?
Man,
or do you?
No,
I know you
I
went
don't.
to Sweden recently, but
yeah, yeah.
So in Germany, you hop on these trains and they go. They're going 200 and something kilometers an hour. So, you know, 125, 130 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And they're just so quiet. I mean, they're just absolutely amazing. You couldn't keep up with that kind of train with a drone, even a racing drone.
Yeah. A rocket drone. Now, when the rocket drones come out, I don't know. There's just the faster and quieter trains are, it just loses some of the old world charm for me.
Chugga, 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 chugga. Do you remember? Do you remember the little train that could, or puff and toot?
Yeah,
like
I remember that.
I think I can.
I dated a girl who used to watch Tommy the Train Engine or something?
The Tank Engine.
Yeah. What some train with a human face hybrid, weird, just
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, that's just creepy, man.
That is creepy.
Yeah. Okay. I got this video
right now
from Long Beach. I've had this video for a while. I apologize, Mike Young, but we're going to show it now. He says, "Hey, Ken, here's the latest video I put together from the Long Beach Peninsula along the Pacific Coast at the southwest corner of Washington. Happy droning, Mike Young." This is Long Beach from Mike Young. I love getting videos from all over the country, all over the world, of new and interesting places, some places that I may not be able to ever visit.
Yeah,
I get
you can see what it looks like.
Yeah, I get emails from people all the time thanking me for sharing these videos. Some people are shut-ins or sick, in the hospital passing time. I've been there myself.
Yeah.
It's just drones are such a great way to share our beautiful world, and it gives people the tools to be able to insert their own artistry into it.
And there's something kind of magical about it too. You know, just that perspective that we don't see every day.
Right, bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't think it'll ever get old.
Awesome.
Great stuff.
That's really. That reminds me of like something that's an antique, but it looks brand new. You know, which is really cool.
Yep. Looks like there should be more water there.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say that boat. That boat should be in a bit more water. Very cool.
What a beautiful place to live.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, that looks like a poster. Motivational poster.
You'll never know until you try.
Yeah, something like that.
You only miss the shots you don't take.
Ooh. Preparing to fail is failing to prepare.
Oh. Lighthouses shine brighter when it's dark outside.
Turn on the light within your soul. We should be a greeting card writing company.
We really should. We really should. The Heron Shores.
Yeah.
Greeting card company.
Are those Kelly Shores right there?
Oh.
Hey.
Did I just see a heron fly by?
Yeah. Very, very cool. Now, let's go from that to what could have almost been a tragedy with a near miss. And this is a great near miss.
Near misses are the best kind of misses.
Absolutely. This was sent in from Tony Stagg. I never know how to say it. Staggy. Staggy? S-T-A-G-G-E. Thanks, Tony. This is called tree trimming.
Oh.
Yeah.
I told you their leaves are like magnets.
Yep. And this is a Mavic Air. And you know how fast those propellers spin on those things.
Yeah, because they sound like they're spinning
Look at
at
that.
a million miles per hour. Whoop, whoop. Ruh-roh.
Right, but it's still flying. Good old
Oh,
DJI.
good.
And here's what it looked like afterwards.
It looks like a lawnmower.
It does. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, I wonder how much he'll charge those people for the landscaping.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Whoop, just had a light go out.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Does it mean it's closing time? We got to wrap it up?
No, I can turn more lights on. But,
okay.
No, keep going.
Okay, what else? Oh, here's one. This is called simply, and I don't know who sent this in. This is just something I found. This is called How to Crash a Mavic.
Ruh-roh.
So don't do this.
Kind of a busy area, too. Wow.
You should have held it a little bit longer.
And you know, flying next to a big metal roof like that, or that looks like metal.
Yeah.
That's never a good idea.
Right. You're not going to get your compass calibrated that way. Certainly not.
There goes at least $1,000.
Right. And I have to share this one. I forget who sent this in. Somebody went to a Miranda Lambert concert, and they said they saw something that looked familiar. I don't know. Let's just roll it. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Freaking razzmatazz at Miranda Lambert. She stole the Raz. Look at that, man.
That is awesome.
Thanks for sending that in. I appreciate it. And now, let's go ahead and just enjoy some razzmatazz ourselves.
Razzmatazz.
Let's hop into the Raz chamber. If you're new to the channel, this is just a moment where we all just kind of bathe in the purple and blue bubbles and let it envelop our entire being. Let it seep up into the naughty places between your toes, behind the ears, and under things we shan't name. The razzmatazz is a safe place. Nothing bad can ever happen to you here. And we're back. Isn't that weird? Kelly gone! Kelly gone! Kelly, where'd you go? No signal. Oh no, Kelly. This happened before and he had to reboot his camera or something. I guess Kelly's not used to doing 7-hour streams.
Sorry about
that. Okay. You all right?
Oh yeah.
You don't need no light. That's mood lighting.
That's right. It makes me look kind of like moody.
You do. You are a moody guy. Now, we're going to talk more about Spin Up. We'll give you all the details here in a little bit. But first, why don't we go ahead and draw or pick a winner? We're not drawing. We're picking a winner for this thing. Have you seen...
That looks serious.
This is substantial, man. This is the AK-4500 from Fayutech. If you scroll back 2 or 3 videos, you'll see me doing a demo of this. This is for heavy cameras. This will hold, I believe it'll hold a red camera, even. I think. Wow. It'll hold 10 pounds of stuff. I don't know how much. I'll have to weigh my red camera. I'm not sure how much my red.
Canon on there, some sort of a 5D Mark IV kind of thing.
Right. And what I did in my video is I demonstrated that it will not only hold the heavier cameras, but it'll also hold really light cameras. I put an Osmo Action on it.
Nice. And you're a Nikon guy, right?
Yes. Well, that's what I'm using here. But I also have a Sony RX100 Mark VI that also went on there. So in my video for this, and this has been cooking for 3 weeks, so we should have plenty of people who entered. And how you entered was very simple. I'll play this little tidbit from that video. So all you need to do is comment below with the reason why you want this, and then I will pick a winner from those who commented. That's very simple. So now, I reveal who I picked. Everybody sent in their reason, and I learned a lot from people. There's a lot of people out there starting photography businesses, and a lot of really good reasons people gave for wanting this gimbal.
How about just because I like groovy music?
Yeah. Flute solo. It's the first time he's played air flute in a while, right?
That's right.
So
I think ever. Little Jethro Tull.
Oh my gosh, you are almost 50. When do you turn 50?
In 2 weeks.
So your birthday is what day?
October 9th.
Awesome. Feel free to send in some birthday super chat money, and I promise that I'll give it to him.
Right.
You know,
Thanks, everyone.
Like your birthday. Did your grandma put like $2 bills in a birthday card for you?
Oh yeah. Actually, I still have. I saved all those $2 bills. Like I loved getting $2 bills, so I still have them all.
Cool. Well, we're getting a little sidetracked. I did go through and I read every single one of the comments. There were many, and many of them were heartfelt and gave really great reasons. I wish I could just give this to everybody. I wish I was able to do that. But unfortunately, I didn't. I had to pick one person, and that person was Ryan Opalak. Yes. And he says, I am a video production student at my high school, and we do shows every Friday of us walking around the school, asking random students questions. We don't have time to set up a tripod, so our footage is shaky when we record the questions. Having a gimbal would help. And I went and I checked out Ryan's channel, and he does some pretty amazing stuff at his school, and I really thought it would be good to help him. A young filmmaker, this might be just the thing to change a career, you know, to
You know when Ryan is when he is directing the Han Solo movie version 25, episode 5, you can say you were a part of it.
Yeah, maybe he'll invite me out to the red carpet. Who knows?
And maybe he'll do better focus than this camera has right now.
Oh, well, that's all right. Don't worry about that. But Ryan, congratulations. And I think I put a link in the description to his channel. You can check out his stuff. So all you have to do, Ryan, now, and I hope you're watching, is contact me and let me know that you won. Give me your address, and I'll ship it off to you. He lives in Nevada.
Nice.
And I think, is it Nevada
Very
or
cool.
Nevada? Because I know if you say it wrong, people in that state will get upset. Is it Nevada or?
I like Nevada.
Let's ask someone who knows. Alexa, how do you pronounce Nevada?
I pronounce that Nevada, but I'm always working on how I say things, and I might not have it right.
Ada. Okay, Above and Beyond Drone says Ada.
Oh, there goes the family behind me.
Okay, is it Abba or is it Abba or Abba?
Wait, you never see my daughter go down. She's back from lacrosse practice.
Hello, daughter.
Or lacrosse meeting. So
Hi.
You always see Tate, but there she is.
Does she help you with your YouTube stuff?
Absolutely. If you go back to the old days, she was always the one filming for me, and she's enthusiastic about it.
Wonderful. Hey, Vegas Buck, thank you. We got 777 Super Chat. It's Nevada, long A, as in Nevada. Okay, good. Very good.
ABBA.
ABBA. It's not ABBA, it's ABBA?
ABBA.
ABBA.
That's what Kevin Knight Photography says.
ABBA Cadabba. So once again, I'll let everybody know before we get to the viewer video of the week, which is coming up in mere moments, and it's a tie. So the tiebreaker will be decided by you in the chat, and the winner, of course, will get the Freewell filters. Thank you so much, Freewell. They offer these filters every week to our winner, and so that will happen here in just a moment. But I want to remind everybody, if you're in Chicago, I'm going to Chicago. I'll be there October 4th and 5th. That's a Friday and Saturday. Getting my car worked on, and I'll have some extra time. I would like to try to film the Sears/Willis, but it's really Sears Tower again. And there's a lot of interference, and there's countermeasures put in place to keep you from filming it. However,
challenges.
I just look at it as challenges. So maybe we can try that again with someone's help. So you can email me and let me know if you're in the area and you want to meet up. We can do that. Yep, did that.
I was going to say too, Freewell is actually donating some giveaways to Spin Up. So if you're coming to Spin Up, and they're actually giving away a Osmo Pocket as well as the filters for it.
Yeah, let's talk about Spin Up very, very quickly.
If
you know, it's coming up October 19th. I'm going to be there. Tell everybody who was kind of on the fence why they should go, because I think people look at the price of the tickets and they're like, well, I don't want to do that. So tell them why they should go.
Let me tell you, Spin Up is unique. Spin Up is actually going to be sponsored by DJI right over there. You can't see them because they're just out of camera sight. I have several boxes from DJI of stuff that we're giving away, as well as a ton of prizes that we're going to be giving away. We've got fantastic speakers. We've got just the whole community. We've got Ken. We've got Ed Ricker. We've got Original Dobo. We've got Artco Drone Solutions is going to be there. I mean, there's just so many great people that are in this chat right now. Chris Hope. If you want to meet these people live and in person, it's just, I mean, you had to be there last year to really understand how much of a bonding experience it was, but it is amazing. And you know, if you're balking at the ticket price, honestly, I didn't make money on it last year. My goal isn't to make a lot of money on it. My goal is just really to cover the cost of the venue, the lunch, the insurance, the prizes.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
It costs money, and you know, when we have 1,000 people, we could charge less per person. But you know, when you've got 100, 150 people coming, you know, you need to cover those costs.
Yeah,
so
and it's a great place to meet your favorite YouTubers and network with people that can help you in your career, and there's going to be a lot of great speakers. Talk about the speakers coming up while I show that on the screen here. We got Jason.
We got Jason Schappert, who is Remote Pilot 101. He is, as we talked about earlier, he is very enthusiastic. He's the band that loves being on stage. We've got Hai Kestelou, who is drone DJ. If you ever want to know what's going on in the drone community and breaking news, he's your guy. Go to dronedj.com because he's got all the information. We've got Sean Oz, who was there last year. Sean is a YouTuber. Sean's a tattoo artist. Sean does really cool zombie makeup. I mean, he's just kind of all over the map, but I love the guy. He's got a great energy, and he's going to speak about all of those things. We've got Scott Parazinski, who is with Fluidity.tech. They make the little Fluidity controller, but just an innovator, an astronaut, and come on, Ken. He's a guy that I think everyone. I look forward to meeting him.
No, I do
like
too.
Really
I do
awesome
too.
Guy.
People have asked me, Ken, you gonna get your butt whooped by an astronaut? No. I want to meet him just like everybody else. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, if his product's not great, that's okay. It doesn't mean he's not trying. But let's go through the rest of the speakers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Will you go back to him?
Yep.
So who's next after Scott? Scroll down. Oh, Dre. So Dre is, if you don't know her already, check out Time of Dre on Instagram. She is an Instagrammer. She is a social media expert. She has taught me so much about Instagram and how to grow my Instagram channel. She's actually doing master classes on it. She's making her living, and only in the last 6 months, she quit her job, and in the last 6 months, she's been able to make her living doing social media stuff. So
and
if you want to learn how to grow your channel,
I like that her channel name is a pun.
Right. And she's just funny. She's awesome. Jace McCown. Actually, Jace is somebody who I've met recently. He is a test pilot, former Air Force pilot, and he's a test pilot for a company called Skyways. They're a drone delivery service. They actually autonomously landed a VTOL drone on a ship in the ocean.
Wow.
That was like rocking back and forth with just software. And Jace is going to talk about that experience.
Amazing.
He's actually the one who helped me actually get my some of my FPV drones set up. He's an expert in all that stuff. Belinda actually is not going to be able to make it. It turns out her husband has some medical problems. She cannot be there, but we're actually going to have Marjorie from Drone Parks Worldwide, who is going to fill in for her.
Okay.
So I'll talk more about that.
All right.
And then finally, Barry Markowitz is a photographer in Polynesia. Barry has been to several of the drone events going on recently, and I've gotten box after box of sponsor stuff that they're giving away, landing pads, drone filters, all kinds of stuff that he's been talking people into giving us for spin up. So
he's a super nice guy. In fact, I always say that he's a very nice guy.
Have you met him, or have you talked to him?
No, but I speak with him in email and everything.
Yeah. No, he's an emailer. He sends some emails.
There he is.
And then finally, Jim McAndrew. He's the guy I was telling you about earlier, Ken. He wrote the first software for autonomous flight for DJI drones. He now has a company called DroneLink, and DroneLink is an autonomous flight platform that you can install on your drone and do autonomous flights. And why would you want to do that? Because you can map out the flight literally degree by degree ahead of time. And so if you want to get the perfect shot of something at golden hour, you set it all up ahead of time. You can visualize it using Google Maps. I've seen a demo of it. You push a button and it works perfectly. You get the perfect shot. So,
well, it sounds bigger and better than ever. I mean, last year was fun, but this year it's going to be a blowout. Man.
Last year was awesome, but this year I think it's going to be awesome as well.
And there's a link in the description if you want to get tickets, or you can just go to Kelly's channel. Of course, subscribe to him. Not like he needs any more subscribers, though.
Oh, Ken, it's all about us. You know, Ken, I have to tell you, Ken contacted me probably about 2.5 years ago and said, we're going to be YouTube buddies. And he was right. We are YouTube buddies. And Ken Heron does so much for the drone community. This show is a huge amount of work. And, you know, we kick him with the super chats, which helps. But I would say if you broke down his hourly pay for what he puts into the show versus what he's paid to do it, it's not a lot. He does it because he loves it. So
I do, absolutely. You know, it is a lot of work, but once I click that button and we're streaming, it's nothing but fun. Speaking of super chats, thank you very much. UAV of Texas, $10 super chat for spin up.
Yes.
Wish I could make it, but you guys have a good time. Thank you so much. When I get my new prescription, I'll be able to see the rest of the non-super chats a little bit better. For some reason, the colored border helps me read the chats better. It's just my eyes. I'm not ignoring everyone else.
Yeah, well, there have been some great super chats, lots of great comments. Thank you, Chris Hope, for posting the link to Spin Up. And again, if you can make it, go to Drone Spin Up. Even if you can't make it, just check it out. And I'd love to talk about what we can do next year. I think it might be fun next year to do it in a different city. You know, that's something that I'm considering.
Sure,
but
yeah.
It's all about this community here. And it's funny because people ask me, why do you do YouTube? I literally do YouTube because of all the people watching right now. This community is so fantastic, and there's so much camaraderie and support. You don't get that anywhere else.
It really makes the world feel smaller and more approachable when you have friends all over the place. And I consider each and every one of you my friend. And now I have two friends who sent in videos for the viewer video of the week. But looking at them both, they both have their merits. Now, one of these people will win filters from Freewell, and I thank freewellgear.com for making this available. So I'll leave it up to people in the chat, and we'll begin with one from Mike Miller. He says, hey,
Mike
Ken.
Miller.
Mike, it's Miller time, Mike. Hey, Ken, went to Treasure Island in the San Francisco Bay with a drone group. We were all getting great footage of the bay and the bridges when I saw this. This is the newest span of the Bay Bridge, just finished a few years ago. I couldn't believe that I caught this. Enjoy, Mike Miller. So this is a contender for viewer video of the week.
Sweet.
Check this out. You'll soon see why. Kelly, keep your eye on this. And here's the reason why it's a contender. Kelly, you watching? Oh my God!
Wow. Wow. That reminds me of those old posters where you see guys eating lunch on the girders.
Yeah. And those guys weren't hooked on either. These guys are. I think they were having some sort of fireman drill. They're all... either that or there's a bachelorette party at the top of this thing.
Right. They're going to dance.
Right. Imagine you're just out filming with your drone group and you see a bunch of people scaling a bridge.
What? And that's what he said? It was totally random?
Totally random. He's filming the bridge and happened to catch this.
Wow.
Yes! Yes, yes! Brilliant! Thank you.
That was awesome.
What'd you say, Kelly?
That was awesome. That was awesome.
That really was. That's Mike Miller. Okay, that's the first contender.
Well done.
Jimmy J. What's up, Jimmy J? Jimmy J in the house. Hold on, I got something for Jimmy J. And I'll play this every time Jimmy J sends a super chat. This will be only Jimmy J's noise. And we have 99-cent super chat from Jimmy J.
Nice.
Nice. All right.
Okay, who can name that? Who that was?
Oh.
Do you even know, Ken?
Well, yeah.
Okay. I want to see in the chat.
Name in the chat, of course. Yeah. And I know what time it is. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Do we have to wait to see who it was?
We keep going. I'll keep an eye on it.
Who was it? Kelly?
Flavor Flav.
Yes, of course it was Flavor Flav. Yes. Okay. Here is
Kevin Knight. Well done.
Here is the second contender for viewer video of the week, and make sure you lock in your votes in the chat to let me know which one of these videos gets it. Hey Ken, this is from Ron Burkett. Hey Ken, first let me say I really enjoy TNL and all of your videos. Thanks for all you do for the drone community in an entertaining and educational way. Back in August, a friend and I went to Iceland. We rented a camper van and spent 8 days doing the Ring Road, which completely encircles the entire country. The scenery was spectacular. I took my Mavic 2 Pro along with me, and I'm so glad that I did. I put together a short video highlighting some of the incredible and diverse landscape we saw along our route. I hope that you enjoy it and maybe even consider it for viewer video of the week on TNL. If you love erosion, and I know you do, I think you'll like what you see. And who doesn't like erosion? Sincerely,
and did you,
Ron Burkett from Trussville, Alabama. I used to live out there. What were you saying?
Did you put Ice Ice Baby to this one?
Nah, no. But yeah, this is Iceland, and
Ice Baby.
And here we go. Let me know as Kelly continues to rap which one should win viewer video of the week. Here it is.
Oh, I like the graphic.
Yeah, wow. That's pretty fancy.
What did he shot this with the Mavic 2?
Yep. Isn't that where Bjork is from?
Yes. That's the pull back and zoom at the same time effect.
Yep.
That's what it's called. Dolly zoom. Thank you. See the rainbow?
Yep. Wow. That is fantastic. So now we have to know. The choices are Iceland or Bridgewalkers. Let me know in the chat who wins. And while we're working that out, here is Kelly with a joke.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so why is Peter Pan always flying?
Why?
Because he never lands.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
What do you call a snail that likes to hike?
What?
A trailblazer.
Oh.
All right, try
Actually,
one more.
There was a joke in the chat last week that I saw. It's why, and it was one of your fans, one of your viewers that said it. Why does Tigger have his head in the toilet?
Why?
Because he was looking for poo.
That's pretty good. Okay, Kelly wins against Alexa, and it looks like, now you may confirm, it looks like Iceland wins over the Bridgewalkers.
So I agree with that decision, and let me just tell you briefly why.
Yeah.
I'll start my service. No, the Bridgewalkers was awesome, and it was lucky, number one, and number two, it was one location. Iceland was a series of locations. He had to get out and fire that drone up 20 times, 30 times to get all those shots, and so I just feel like a lot more effort went into that video, and it was amazing. The Bridgewalking video was fantastic, but Iceland was epic.
Very, very true. Very true. And we appreciate everyone sending their videos in, whether they are epic or just cool. And if you want to do that, you can send it to kenheronupload@gmail.com. Again, send me a streaming link, not a big, huge honkin' file. If you have a lead for Jeff in the news, you can send your news leads, not to me, but to tnlnewsleads@gmail.com. That's tnlnewsleads@gmail.com. He checks it all the time. And by the way, I have T-shirts. I have a few left if you want to buy some T-shirts. I also have eyeballs. I haven't sent many of these out, but I do want to remind everybody that I have them. I have large and small and chocolate and vanilla. They go on your drone, and they look like this. Now this is filled with lights, but that's what it looks like. And they actually deter birds from
They do.
getting near your drone.
It works.
In fact, if you buy some eyeballs from me with a $10 PayPal to Ken Heron Upload at gmail.com, and your drone is downed by a bird, then Kelly will buy you a brand new drone.
It's called the Ken Kelly Shores Heron insurance policy.
That's it. That's
right.
Of course, I'm totally lying. But well, I guess that's about it. It was a great show today.
Hey!
Is there anything else you'd like to say before we make like a baby and head out?
I'd like to say thank you to you, Ken, for having me on. I'd like to say I'm sorry that my camera's out of focus. I try to keep hopping up and fix it, but I can't. But, you know, I look better this way. And I'd like to say please come to Spin Up. And if you don't, consider at least subscribing to Ken's channel, NURK's channel, my channel, and being a part of this wonderful drone community. You guys are the best.
We hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
Big, huge thanks to everybody involved in this. Greg Coonert behind the scenes for making the connection interwebs possible. Thank you for stepping in and co-hosting Kelly from Ready Set Drone. And Jeff Sills with the news. Of course, Paul Nurkala, a.k.a. The NURK, for being on the show today and learning us a few things about the F, the P, and the V. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for letting everybody you know about this stream. Thanks for subscribing. Bye.
And bye.
Bye.
And bye.
That's how we do it.
enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, the killer of processed meat. Enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's got much nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them grow. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, a tail like a processed meat. Yeah. That was so funny.